Canadians seem to like electric vehicles. We have seen a jump of about 30% since January, with experts pointing to the federal government's new rebate program. Now, Ottawa wants 10% of all cars to be zero emission by 2025, 30% by 2030, and 100% of sales by 2040. So in an effort to make that happen, on May 1st, the federal government started offering rebates of up to $5,000 on the purchase of some electric vehicles. Transport Canada says during the first 3 months of the rebate program, more than 14,000 electric vehicles were purchased. Now, it's also worth noting a little more than 8 in 10 of the electric vehicles were sold in BC and Quebec, where there is still a provincial rebate in place. We did get earnings in from Disney, and they were somewhat disappointing, but we also got some details on its new streaming service. Earnings per share came up short, while revenue missed forecast by about $1 billion. Now, the streaming service is set to launch in the U.S. in November. It will cost $7 U.S. a month. That's a lot cheaper than Netflix. There is no specific date for a launch in Canada as of yet.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
And Disney also looking at a reboot of Home Alone.
Yes.
A study in the U.S. shows 1 in 6 teens and tweens now have a credit card. The 2019 Parents, Kids and Money survey by T. Rowe Price also shows about the same number of young people, or 19%, also have a checking account. And yes, they are too young to apply for a credit card on their own, but instead they have been made an authorized user on their parents' credit card account. A certified financial planner says he's not surprised or alarmed by the findings, and he says there's nothing wrong with handing that kind of responsibility to your kids if you think they're ready for it. And it turns out McDonald's new paper straws, which are intended to protect the environment, are not recyclable. The straws were introduced in the UK and Ireland last year, and unlike the plastic versions they replaced, the paper straws cannot be processed by recyclers because they are too thick. Now, people were already not impressed with these straws, saying on social media they become soggy in drinks. From the 680 News Business Center, I'm Kris McCusker.